Ladies and gentlemen, respected dignitaries and their students and participants both offline and joining us online from across the globe, good morning and a warm welcome to the inaugural function of the International Conference on Rethinking Built Environment 2024. It is truly an honor and privilege to stand before you all today as your Master Chair as we embark on this journey of knowledge exchange and collaboration. As we gather here today, we are reminded of the power of coming together to share ideas, perspectives, and insights. INCoRBE 2024 serves as a platform for professionals, scholars, and enthusiasts from diverse backgrounds to converge and explore the latest advancements and challenges in our built environment. Before we proceed further, I would like to extend a heartfelt welcome to each and every one of you here. Your presence enriches our gathering and underscores the importance of the topics we will be discussing over the next few days. Without further ado, let us commence the inauguration ceremony. I would like to first invite Professor Pachuau, Dean, School of Fine Arts, Architecture and Fashion Technology, and Chairman of INCoRBE 2024 to deliver the welcome and the tone for our conference proceedings.
Respected Chief Guest, Professor Purohit, President of Council of Architecture, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Dibakar Radhika, Registrar of Mizoram University, Professor Mizoram, Architectural Inaugural, President of the Mizoram Architect Forum, and distinguished person on the dais, and respected finance officer, colleagues and invitees and students. On behalf of the School of Fine Arts, Architecture and Fashion Technology, I will welcome you all in this new building of the School of Fine Arts and Fashion Technology. This new building was occupied officially from the 1st February of this year. So, though it is everything is new, so we decided to hold the venue of this conference on this building. So it is a great privilege to have the President of the Council of Architecture, Professor Purohit, in our midst, because with his kind presence, this conference will be success, and also milestone for this the school of this university. So, sir, on this occasion, I would like to inform you that the School of Fine Arts, Architecture and Fashion Technology is making a good progress in terms of achievement of the students as well as the faculty. And also, I'd like to inform you that in this August gathering that from last year, our university, Mizoram University, has been given this NATA examination center with cooperation from our administration and also from the Council of Architecture. And also, I'd like to make a point that in future we may be blessed with the Center of Excellence if getting a good cooperation from the Council of Architecture and from the University Authority, that we hope that in the near future the Center of Excellence may be established in Mizoram University. So this conference is the first of its kind for the School of Fine Arts, Architecture and Visual Technology. So it is on record, it will be a milestone for the school, because earlier we have organized some national and some state level events, but this is the first time we organize the international conference of its kind. So I hope that within these 3 days, the participants and the invited speakers, the keynote speakers, will have a good interaction with all the participants. And also, this conference will be conducted in hybrid mode, in offline and online mode. So most of the presenters will be on online mode, and some presenters will be on offline. So these conferences will be conducted in hybrid mode. So once again, I welcome you all and hope that this conference will be a great success for the university. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dean sir. Now it is my pleasure to extend a warm welcome to our distinguished guest. I would like to, Dean sir, I request you to felicitate our chief guest, Shri Vineet Shrivastava, President, Council of Architecture.
Okay, thank you very much. I hope you will come. You want me to wear this? I will. Thank you. Thanks.
Thank you, sir. I now request Dean sir to kindly welcome our Chancellor. Sir. Thank you, sir. I now request to kindly felicitate our registrar, sir.
Thank you so much, sir. I now request our HOD, sir, to kindly welcome our guest of honor, Ramesh Rikonda ji. HOD, sir, I also request you to welcome our President, Mizoram Architect Forum. Come. Can you please bring the bouquets too? Before we proceed, we would like to take this opportunity to release our book of abstract that we've been working on it, and we've had a lot of tremendous contributions from across the country and some from international participants. So I request the ushers to kindly distribute the book of abstract so that we can officially release it today. So we would request everyone to kindly open the wrapping and officially release it. Also on the front row. Can we have some pictures? Thank you so much, sir. We've newly moved to the department, and we are still a very new department. I would like to invite Miss Emeline to come and brief all of us about the progress of our department and basically about the journey of our department to everyone.
Good morning, respected Chief Guest, respected Vice Chancellor, Sir, Registrar, and other statutory officers who have come here, and everyone. It gives me great pleasure to talk about the Department of Planning and Architecture. Department of Planning and Architecture is the first department from the School of Fine Arts, Architecture, and Fashion Technology. It was established in 2013 in a one room attached to School of Engineering and Technology. We started with 2 faculty and 1 staff member, and shortly after we started, we shifted to a new building, which is near the basketball court. That is where we commenced our class in 2015. We got permission from the Council of Architecture to start the Bachelor of Architecture course in 2015. Since then, we have been growing tremendously. Now, in 2024, we have a strength of 5 full-time faculty members, 5 contractual faculty members, 2 visiting faculty members, as well as 3 faculty, guest faculties for BVOC. So in 2020, we started the vocational course of interior design. Now, in Bachelor of Architecture, we have 4 batches which pass out, and in Bachelor of Vocational Studies, Interior Design, we have 1 batch which just passed out in the last convocation. So, like our Dean Sir said, this is our final department. We have shifted thrice since 2013. We occupied this building in January 30th. We started shifting. The shifting program started on 30th January of this year. And we are very happy with everything that is going on. And this is our first major event. So it gives us great pleasure to organize this event as well. So there's a lot to say. And we are very fortunate to have students from all over the country. And our intake strength is 30 as far as BArch is concerned. So 15 is coming from JEE or CSAB, and 15 seats are reserved through Mizoram University admission procedure, but having NATA score. So the 15 seats which comes from JEE are filled with students from all over the country, from south, from north, from west, and even from northeast India. But the majority from the university side are coming from maybe the locals. So we have a fair share of students from all over the country. And many of our students have already pursued higher studies. And we are in the progress of, we are looking forward to having master's program as well in the near future, hopefully from, with the permission of the Council of Architecture as well. So this is the vision of the department to grow in the next 5 to 10 years as well. And we have always have a lot of help and backup from Mizoram Architects Forum since the commencement of the department, as well as from all the statutory officers and every officers in the university. So I know there's lots to say, but that will be all from my side. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Emeline. I now invite Professor Vineet Shrivastava, our Head of Department of Planning and Architecture, to highlight on the significance and scope of our 3-day international conference. Vineet, sir.
Thank you, Ms. Dio. Honorable President, Council of Architecture, Shri Abhay Purohit, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Mizoram University, Professor Devakachan Deka, Registrar Sir, Mizoram University, Honorable Director, SPA Vijayawada, Professor Ramesh Rikonda Sir, Mizoram Architects Forum President Kurinzwala, my distinguished guests, professors, esteemed scholars, respected participants, brothers and sisters. A warm and hearty welcome to the International Conference on Rethinking Built Environment, hosted by the School of Fine Arts, Architecture and Fashion Technology at the Mizoram University. It is an absolute pleasure to have each one of you contributing to this dynamic gathering of minds that are dedicated to reshaping the landscape of our built environment. This conference is not just an assembly of individuals, it is a convergence of ideas, insights and innovation that will play a pivotal role in defining the future of our city and communities. As the convener, I am honored to guide you through these diverse and enriching themes that will be explored over the next few days. Our first theme, Built Environment, Context, Identity and Society, will take us on a journey through the intricate elements that shape urban landscape. From the preservation of city identities to the vital role of social inclusion and community participation, these discussions will provide profound insights into into the cultural and societal fabric of our region, with a special emphasis on the Northeast region. Moving on to the second theme, built environment and well-being. We will delve into the intersection of architecture, environmental decisions, and community health. The well-being of our communities is not merely a byproduct of fundamental aspect that should guide our design and planning choices. Our exploration will encompass sustainable, inclusive, health-focused urban development practices. And in our third theme, built environment and technological advancement, will witness the fascinating integration of technology. We will witness the new upcoming new technologies like AI and Internet of Things, and so many new challenges related with these technologies our fraternity is going to face. We will discover how technological breakthroughs are shaping new era of intelligent user-centric designs also. These advancement holds the key to more efficient and sustainable built environment yet to come. Last but certainly not least, our fourth theme, built environment and climate resilience, will lead us into the discussion on the critical relationship between our constructed environment and their ability to withstand and adapt to climate-related challenges, disaster risk reduction, climate-responsive architecture, and resilient urban planning. And these are not just theoretical concepts, but practical strategies that will contribute to the long-term sustainability of communities. I would like to take you how we started our journey of this conference. During mid-November, precisely on 15 November, we invited abstract, and last date of abstract submission was 8th December, and we have received beyond our imagination humongous around almost 186 abstract, and we were really very excited to see none of the abstracts were falling into the category of rejection, but somehow our eminent professor from across the country, from all IITs, all NITs, central universities, around 62 professors, they contributed in this rigorous review process of these abstracts. And finally, we accepted around 193 abstracts. The full paper submission date was 31st January, and we received almost 121 full paper, and out of that, preliminary round of review process happened, and we have accepted 119 full papers, and that will further be subjected to rigorous review process of as per the journal policy, and we are aiming to publish them in our university science and technology journals, and we are also aiming high to publish conference proceeding also. And finally, we received almost 115 presentation, which is scheduled for the next 3 days, which is going to happen, and we will be witness the very enriching scholarly contribution from across the country. As we embark on the intellectual journey, let us embrace the diversity of thoughts, engage in collaborative discussions, and cultivate ideas that will leave a lasting impact on the way we approach our urban environment or urban development. I extend my deepest gratitude to all the participants, presenters, support sponsors who have made this conference possible, and especially I would like to mention here our two knowledge partners collaborations from NIT Patna and IPS Academy Indore. They have helped us a lot during this journey of our paper from reviewing to even financially support also. Your dedication to advancing knowledge and contribution to the discourse of this built environment is truly commendable, and may our time together be marked by insightful conversation, meaningful connections, and a shared commitment to creating built environment that reflect the values of sustainability, inclusivity, and well-being. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you all our distinguished guests, and especially our Council of Architecture President. Despite of his very busy schedule, he has blessed us, and he came all the way from Nagpur to be part of this conference. Thank you so much, sir. I thank Director, sir, Professor Sri Ramesh Rikonda, sir, and I again thanks to all my university officials. Without their help, this conference was not possible. Thank you so much, and looking forward for enriching discussion in the coming next 3 days. Thank you so much.
Thank you, HOD sir, for providing us with the conference whereabouts. Today we have among us Shri Abhay Vinayak Purohit ji, President, Council of Architecture, to grace the occasion in spite of his busy schedule to be among us. Thank you, sir. Sir, I request you to give us a speech and inspire our students and the participants.
I need that kind of adjustment. Jai Hind. Honorable Vice Chancellor of Mizoram University, Professor Dipankar Chandra Dekaji, Director, School of Planning and Architecture, Vijayawada, Dr. Shrikonda Rameshji, Resident Mizoram Architects Forum, Architect Lalrin Zualaji, Convener of today's conference, Architect. I have to? I'm audible, no? Okay, yeah. There are the advantages and disadvantages with the height. Yeah. Convener of this conference, Architect Vineet Shrivastava ji, Architect Lal Zuiya, who is member of Council of Architecture and is present here, all the other dignitaries on the dais, participants in the distance mode, students, I bring greetings from Council of Architecture. I'm glad that on the insistence of Shrivastava ji, I made it to happen here. No, because he has appealed me saying that like if it is, like it is, you say that it is a look northeast policy and you say that would not be possible. So how do I take it? So I said that don't take it other way around. There is no scenario of that. But what has happened is that with that as such, I'm just spending few hours here because I have another important function to be attended at Nagpur tomorrow. That's fine, but this would keep on happening around. I'm very, very happy to be here for a simple reason that frankly speaking, I never ever expected that I'm going to come across such a serene, environment. It's just that these few hours which I'm spending here, this is going to give me a lot of inner peace. I mean, if we say that there's a vibration to a place, then this is a place which has that great positive vibration. It must be a luxury, and I envy the students that like you are in the building, maybe a new building, so lucky you, which has been inaugurated by Honorable Prime Minister of India. That's what I was given to understand. And that when I sit in a classroom, on both the sides of it as such, I see the great views of the valley. So what more do you require to learn? And the theme which has been selected, is this the first international conference which you hosted? Yeah, okay. The theme is very, very appropriate, whereupon, we are basically talking about rethinking the built environment. The first thing which came in my mind when I landed here as such, and I was discussing it with others, I said that there is now a great need of having a very, very unique and a proper approach for the development, sustainable development of Mizoram, specifically Aival. And the reasons are very, very clear. And I'm glad that, Mizoram University also has established Department of Architecture. So with that as such, see, every place has a different geographical location, different context, different people, different beliefs. And there is a need, and we are a vast country. So if you look at it as such, it's absolutely different sort of architecture which needs to be explored for those different regions. And here specifically, it is absolutely essential that there has to be a very, very positive intervention into the built environment. From the point of view, of course, the safety, from the point of view of the climate, from the point of view of the sustainable materials, and so on and so forth. I'm sure that these 3 days, there will be a lot of discussions which will be happening around. And for the students as such, few of them you may think that what is this happening around? Why such kind of big words are being used? What is it that we can take? Please understand that, attend that. The words would keep on coming in. Many aspects possibly we have not come across in our design studio or in our classrooms. But these are the words which are going to happen across these 3 days that would keep on actually being in your mind for possibly your entire life, because that is what you are going to be into. We have to also understand that the entire world is at a crossroads. Because the type of the changes which are coming in, there are huge changes as such. Our generation has experienced something. I remember that when I was a student of IIT Kharagpur, and this is long back in 1985, 87, and so on and so forth. It's almost like for you it is a history, majority of the students. And that was a time when the first time as such, the desktops were sort of came into existence. And I remember that, like a big room, glass, one computer, one professor who understood something as such. And here are the students who are beyond that glass, looking at the computer very, very eagerly. And my professor was capable of, the AutoCAD version, you are aware of AutoCAD, 2.6 was something which was used by us then, we learnt for the first time. And our professor was actually drawing a circle using the program, and some squares, and some rectangles, and some triangles. And we were fascinated to see, computer is... Do you understand what I'm saying? And the world progressed from that point onwards as such. And what we have seen is that today, practically, because I remember that when my kid was of 1 year, he would be sitting on my lap. He is not capable of also talking, but he was capable of understanding the keyboard. He was capable of going through that system at that point of time, which of course had a hard disk of 60 KB. What is 60 KB, So you just look at what is. But he was capable of, climbing on my lap and actually operating the keyboard, and was capable of finding out what he wants to have exactly from there, and was capable of playing. Now this is that generation change. From that point as such, if you look at what you are doing, you're practically there. Everything. We were talking about TV as an idiot box during our time. This actually has become the idiot box for every one of us, invariably. Or what idiotic behavior which we keep on doing. Walking on the road, going here, going there, in a meeting. And your world is basically being governed by this. And nowadays are changing again, crossroads. At that point of time, as such, sustainability, the concept of sustainability was like in Maharashtra, we have a very different kind of thing. Our grandmothers would actually have their saris. And those saris which were used, old saris, would be actually, stitched together, which we call as a godhadi. And that godhadi would be actually used by the grandchildren. the love and affection. No, this is the concept of the sustainability without talking about sustainability, which is a part and parcel of Indian culture. So similar kind of things you would find out also in the Mizoram. I'm very, very sure that we have that. And I remember that, like what kind of the pairs clothes we were capable of getting, actually possibly one pair which you are using throughout the day, and then if you have a elder brother, the clothes of elder brother would be your pride possession. This was something which was never ever thought, and today actually if you look at it, this is not happening at all. But then that was the concept of basically recycling without talking about it. Water was absolutely conserved. Pressure pumps were not available. From that point we are moving, whereupon we are using the resources in a big way, but now we have come to a stage whereupon we have started understanding that the resources are very, very limited. And I'm very sure that in this conference also, this aspect is going to be a major, major part. But I'm talking about the crossroads. So with the advent of the technology, we have come to a stage whereupon I call it as a disruptive technology. That is the word which is commonly used, whereupon which is talking about Internet of Things. It is talking about artificial intelligence. It is talking about the 3D printing. It is talking about the newest of the materials which are not known to the world and which are bound to come. It is talking about the systems which would absolutely change each and every way of life, but architecture would also be changed in a major way. Metaverse is going to be a very, very common phenomenon. 3D visualization becomes very, very easy. Artificial intelligence is capable of generating lots and lots of possibilities with the parametric design coming in between. And thereby, the role of the architects in the future is going to be absolutely different, but at the same point of time, it is going to be more commanding. And for that, as such, we have to train our generations. And that is a challenge which we as the schools, we as the professors, we as the universities, we are facing. It also is, we are talking about a national education policy. And it talks about giving a liberty to the students to basically choose what they want to learn. And this is diagonally opposite to a viewpoint whereupon we said that, look here, we know what is to be taught to you. From that point as such, here the student would be coming to me, I'm anticipating just another 4 to 5 years, and would say that whatever you are teaching here is not really working for me, and that I intend to do this, this and this, and so please make these kind of the training facilities available to me. Now there you are. I keep on talking about it at various forums as such, and I say that so this needs a very, very different approach. Now whereupon a point is going to come, whereupon, and today it has come actually, my students are capable of, technologically, capable of telling me a lot of things. And I would have a wisdom, if at all it is there, with so many years of the experience, that I may be capable of finding out something which is beyond that and would try to put up across, but I would not ever be competing with my students in terms of understanding about the technology. This is very, very interesting. This is creating a level field for everyone. Here, if you know how to rightfully use the scenarios, the young generation becomes the partner to the elder one. Also, I started saying this, and in fact, I wrote a letter to Chairman AICT a few days back, to which he has beautifully responded. We as the institutions, maybe we may not be only talking about creating the architects, we will be talking about creating the creative persons as such, giving them the freedom to choose what they want to do. Now, this is a very different approach again. Architect is going to be playing in to a wider arena of a creative field. And it almost is going to become interchangeable, please believe me. Because we are talking about a design as a larger sort of the scenario. So I requested saying that, like, okay, why don't you put up that design and the applied arts and part planning as a part of architecture also, along with architecture it could go. To which he has beautifully responded, saying that yes, we can do that, and we have taken that initiative which has come. New generation has the different challenges, but at the same point of time, new generation has lots of scope which we have not seen. And what is that? Talking about India, we are about to become the third largest economy, and possibly we are going to be there. And we have the largest population of the world available, and the population has been seen as a strength and not as a weakness. World required a time to realize that population is a strength, because the delicate balance between the elder and the young, if that is disturbed, then the entire scenario gets disturbed. Advantage India, youngest population for at least another 3 decades. And what all it means is that you are the people who are going to provide the services to the world. So I'm not talking about now Mizoram, I'm no more talking about Northeast, I'm not talking about India, I'm talking about you are going to be actually giving services to the world. If that is so as such, then we should also be totally actually geared up with the latest trends and the latest practices and the latest relevant things and the latest sustainability principles. And our services has to be competent enough at the global level, and that's what we will be capable of doing. As such, every decade we are going to construct one equivalent of that of a USA. And this would be done with the help of basically very, very competent professionals. That's you. The projects which are going to come are not even could be imagined by us. That kind of projects are going to come. When I was learning as such, if somebody would have told me that there is going to be the hyper malls coming to India, or there could going to be big sort of the transportation terminals which are going to come, possibly we would have not believed about it. Possibly. But those projects came. That is a reality. And the type of the projects which are bound to come in the days to come are also something which is going to be absolutely out of this world. We require, and keep on saying that we require the architects at the rate of 1:10,000 to the population. And meaning thereby that today itself I require about 14 to 15 lakh architects. Available architects are 1.5 lakh only. And that is the work which is going to come. And so you have to be better, geared up for that part of it. Having said that, it is also going to be a time of the innovation in the materials, innovation in the technology. So whatever you are learning here possibly would not be relevant. Let me tell you this. Not here only. It is not about this. Generic statement. Anywhere across the world, you would need to reinvent your understanding and the skill set almost practically in a cycle of every 5 years. So get prepared. And the role of the educational institution would be to provide an approach to the students rather than the so-called knowledge. It is the wisdom which has to be provided rather than the data. Because data is no problem now. Analysis of data also is no problem now. It is going to be the wisdom by which we are capable of finding out the solutions. So we have to be innovators for all the students across all the streams. At the same point of time, students of architecture would have a bit of advantage because design thinking is a part of your life. In other streams, they are now coming up with the design thinking. And you have already that kind of a thing as such when, they say that architects have that kind of a possibility where they are capable of finding out a 360 degrees sort of a understanding and the solution. And that's what you are going to do. So I'm very, very sure that this conference would give you insight, certain things you would understand, certain things you would not understand, but be there. Listen to the things. Try to read across what is happening around. It's a great response that you have got something like a 180 odd papers. That's what has been talked about. And that's a really, really good thing to happen. I'm looking forward to, what goes in here. Another thing which, and I was discussing with the Honorable Vice Chancellor, and I said that Council of Architecture has started with this. Number one is that we are talking about the Center of Excellences, whereupon we come in the campus possibly, and we start doing something and try to trigger, and we start doing some kind of a research. Naturally, in case if the university is interested, we also would like to be the partners to it. I'm also glad to state that, I was talking with Dr. Ramesh Shrikondaji, and even SPI Vijayawada also would be eager to basically be a partner to the such kind of activity, whereupon if we are talking about specifically the technology and designs which are required for the hilly region. So I'm not only talking about Mizoram, I'm talking about all the possible hilly regions which are there, and we can start developing a scenario and the research, a methodic research in that. That is possible, one. Number two is that Council of Architecture started with the international conferences on the relevant topics which are related to the profession and the education. So first of that has happened at VIT Vellore a few days back. The next one is going to, that was on architectural education as such and the crossroads on that. The second one is going to be at Mumbai, whereupon we are going to talk about the disruptive technologies. And so there is a possibility which we can work it out that this is a beautiful, beautiful place. So whereupon actually, if we have an international conference, I would be also happy to, put it up across here. So we would look at what is the infrastructural needs and so on and so forth. But as a, basically as a scenario as such, we are very, very, very happy if we are capable of conducting that conference, third conference, maybe here in your premises. So let us see how are we capable of working it out. My best wishes to all of you, the students, the faculty, for the conference as such. I'm eagerly looking forward as to what are the outcomes of this conference, and I will be keeping watch on that. Thank you very much for inviting me here. I'm glad that I came, and I'm very sure that this bond is going to be there for now lifelong. Thank you very much. Jai Hind, Jai Mizoram.
Thank you so much, President Sir. We hope to have you more in our campus and in our department and see you more often. It is my honor to welcome our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Mizoram University and patron of INCoRBE 2024, Professor Dibakar Chandra Deka, to deliver his speech.
Good morning and namaskar, Shivai. Honorable, our esteemed guest, President of the Indian Council of Architecture, Professor Purohit, then Director, School of Architecture and Planning in Vijayawada, Professor Ramesh Shrikondaji, and our members of the Mizoram Architecture Forum, and my esteemed colleagues, Registrar Professor Lalgunagaji, then Finance Officer Bonalal Sauna, and then Head of the, Dean of the School of Fine Arts, and this is School of this, Professor Pachuau, then Head of the Department, Shrivastavaji, all my other colleagues and students. Whether you call it a red letter day or
golden letter day, I don't know. It is open to you, but this is a very important day for Mizoram University and especially for the School of Fine Arts, Architecture and Fashion Technology. And the last 20th of February, this complex, so beautiful complex, were virtually inaugurated by Honorable Prime Minister from Srinagar. And today we are practically inaugurating this complex. Because that day nobody came here, always seeing the Prime Minister in the auditorium. It was virtual only. But today practically we are inaugurating this complex with such a very academic forum, academic discussion. So I think that's why, in my view, this today is more important than 20th. Maybe we are none to Prime Minister, but I feel practically this is a golden day in the history of Mizoram University, especially for the School of Architecture, Planning, Fine Arts, all these things. This complex, I must thank our chief architect, whoever designed and his staff, also some contribution from our own faculty. This landscape is very beautifully used without much damage to the complex. Landscape should be like, you see, if any of you have gone to IIT Guwahati guest house, they have not destroyed the natural landscape, and they have made the building under that landscape. Here also similar thing done. Nature should not be destructive. We should add beauty to the nature if possible. This landscape is nicely used. Building design I really like. And I wish that very soon on faster, this will be a prominent complex, not only in the state of Mizoram, but in the entire, if not all over India, but at least in the entire Northeast. We should be able to attract people here. Yeah. And for that, many things can be done. President of the Indian Council of Architecture is ready to help. Professor Sekundaji is here, he is ready to help. And there will be many people too ready to help. Only thing is that we should come forward. Unless we come forward, no, their help will be useless and they will be frustrated. We should come forward not to make them frustrated. Say these fine words, these encouraging words in his speech, Professor Purohit, we should take seriously. And that. And the one new element in the, I have seen that in the architecture, all these things, I notice sometimes, though I have don't have any basics about architecture design, but every human being has a little bit in affinity towards fashion and architecture. Every human, whether you formally study or not. So what I have noticed is that you new building design, what is the seminar is called Rethinking Built Environment. One new element added to the building environment is the green building. What is called concept of green building. That means maximize the utilization of natural light, daylight. That should be recognized. And you can see this complex is completely green complex. We have maximum utilization of that. This seminar hall itself is a green. So far energy utilization is concerned. But one thing I will request all of you. Our concept should be not only in letter, but also in spirit. If probably all of us, we understand what is letter and spirit. Green concept is in letter, spirit is in practical use. So I request that, see such a small but beautiful seminar hall, we are maximizing the use of light. And does it matter if we put off the lights on the ceiling? That is the spirit. Why we are keeping the lights on? That is the thing. Just to show you example, not applicable here only. Everywhere in our room, in the whole complex, where there is no need of the lights, why should we keep it on? If we are not doing that, putting off those, then concept of green building will be a failure. So that nobody, architect is not coming to do here. We are the user, consumer, have to be, that spirit we must have. Okay, so that kind of thing. So please look at that complex is given to your hands, teachers and students, how best you use. Saving energy is also creating energy, generating energy. It is as good as generating energy. And Mizoram is already in shortage of power generation supply. So please keep that in mind. Now, because we don't have much time, later we can talk about. Now, about this building complex, we'll see that our Professor Purit has given some ideas, clues. We have to work on that. First thing that he will bring seminar, all these things, most welcome. We'll make it happen. But thing is that what is most important for this department is 2 points I'll mention today. One point is that yesterday I told him that you go around the complex and see the facility created. If you are satisfied, please help to increase the intake capacity. I don't know. I have heard that it was earlier 40 or something. It has been reduced to 30 or 20 something. And because of the infrastructure was not there. Now, we will not request undue something. I have asked him, please visit it, see the infrastructure. If the intake capacity can be increased, the whole country, especially Northeast, will be benefited. We have a heavy demand, large number of applications. So please help to increase the intake capacity. Second is that center of excellence. Let us work in the fast track. How quickly you can bring that. Very important. We cannot wait because this is the Mizoram University, not very old, and this is relatively still newer. We will have to compete with many other schools of architecture. We cannot be left behind. But our competition will be in a different aspect. It is like we are not directly going to compete the innovation done by them. We should create new innovation of our own. And there's plenty of resources in this area. For example, architecture or building, what is called seminar is the rethinking of building environment. This topic, rethinking built environment, let us start here itself. That how the built, if I not wrongly understood, the rethinking built environment, that way Mizoram, the urban, the environment is being created, that has to be taken seriously, rethink over that, whether properly it is going in proper direction or not. And as you know, in the other Himalayan states, in the other cities on Himalayan region, they are facing natural disaster in the recent past. And we are in Northeast, it's probably lucky that that kind of disaster has not happened yet. But God is not going to safeguard us always. We have to safeguard ourselves. So we should give our rethinking built environment in this region so that similar disaster does not happen. So what should be the proper stable architecture, both durable and modern? Maybe a bamboo house, but inside should be with all modern facilities, very good, so that we can attract tourism, all these things. So all of you know better than me. I'm just thinking, we are not going to compete with building architecture of Dubai. We should not go to building architecture of Singapore or Hong Kong. Don't follow them. Don't bring those. You bring ideas, innovation, not those technologies. We need a different kind of technology. Tokyo City does not follow building architecture of America or London. They follow a different kind of, outside looks same, but inside is quite different. Because they frequently, monthly 5-6 earthquakes are always coming in Tokyo. I had been there for 1 year. So I know that. So same technology cannot sustain there. Similarly, same technology borrowed from Hong Kong, Dubai, they are making very 100 stories, 200 stories building. Those cannot sustain here. We should keep in mind. But we need modern amenities. Keeping that in mind, so rethinking built environment should be taken seriously. And if the Center of Excellence is given, that can be taken, all these things research. And another, I will conclude soon, another thing came to my mind is that fashion should be taken seriously. I think biggest market in fashion, you see, biggest market is fashion, and not much investment. Investment is very little. Not much high technology is required. Only the Usha sewing machine is required. Only idea is important. See, our Purohit is having a what is so-called Modi coat or something, and little sense there. Our architect also having that. It is something like Mizu design. It will make a fashionable. Same, only a stitch. Like this time, our convocation was held on 26. The costumes was very good. I like that. And not the traditional Western type of thing. Traditional element is there, Western element is there, but even then with a very simple some stripe from the khadis of the handloom of the Mizus given. Just I'm telling. So similar kind of thing, Mizoram, there is itself, I have had 13, 14 sub-tribes are there. Lusai, Mizu, similar type of thing. Everyone have their own design. Similarly, other hill states also, Nagaland, Arunachal. In Assam also have Deuri, Mising, Assamese. So many sub-tribes are there, Boru. Everyone have very interesting fashions, which are mostly for women, fortunately, I'll say. So, if those can be infused into each other, a new style of design fashion can be created. So this department should look into that, not blindly follow something done by others, something innovative in our own. So lastly, I will say that good ideas come only from architects. It is not like that. Sometimes good ideas, elements of idea may come. They may not execute, but ideas come from non-architects also. So I would like to see that sometimes you do competition in open competition among all the students or all over the state or all over the Northeast. Maybe you open a competition in some kind of fashion design, maybe a dress material for ladies dress material, for gents, or any kind of building design outside, not inside, internal, external. So those things, if we make an open competition, then some good idea may be coming. And this is how the, rupee symbol, our young generation may not be aware. The rupee symbol came by open competition all over India, and it was designed by IIT Guwahati. Many of our is familiar with the rupee symbol, like dollar, rupee. But many of us may not know where it was, how it was achieved. Okay, so similar kind of fashion design competition can be done. And now what I can see is that in Assam, I've been a long time there, it is my birthplace as a state. See the nowadays building, one element I'm telling, multi-storied building, all the flats Guwahati are having. Nobody stays in the ground floor. It is for parking. And from first floor onwards, there are the flats, living rooms or all these things. Every house almost, not every house. Now this is the kind of element. But this is not an old concept, new concept, old concept. But when you go to upper Assam area where missing Deuri peoples live, mostly on the river banks, forest areas, where wildlife are plenty, they used to live this kind of houses, though made of wood and bamboo. They never used to live on the ground. They have a first floor made of bamboo or wood, they live there. Because of many reasons. Now, it is coming to the cities where you will see parking lot is on the ground floor and rest is built over there. So, that is kind of things. So I hope, and you will be, I hope that that kind of competition will help to bring in many new ideas which will be executed given then the rest will be in the hand of architects. Only idea will be coming from the general public. So I will not make long because you have other meetings. I think our chief guest is also will be hurry. So with these viewers, I will stop here. I wish this department will be an ideal model department to take the Mizoram University forward. And a new building, new structure will be coming. They will take the clue from your complex, how to do beautification, how to use the landscape without disturbing the natural environment. So this period I will stop here. I would like to see that this department school take a fast track in the next 4 years before I complete 5 years. Okay, and I wish you good luck. And Jai Hind. Namaskar.
Thank you so much, sir. I would like to remind everyone and the dignitaries on the dais that President COA, sir, would be leaving at 11:15. So I would request the speeches to be a bit limited. I now request our registrar, sir, to come and deliver a short speech to all of us.
Good morning, everyone. The chief guest of today's function, Honorable President, Council of Architecture, this Sri Purohitji, and guests of honor, Professor Ramesh Kundra from Vijayawada, the Dean of the school, and Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Dibakar Chandra Deka, the President of Mizoram Architect Forum, Pural Rinzuwala, and members of Mizoram Architect Forum, and my dear colleague here in the university, student friends. Yeah, it's a great pleasure for me that, so I'm a part of this very important function. So I'll not take much time. As an administrator here in the university, just for a kind information for the guests who are here, this Mizoram University established by an act of parliament, so in the year 2001. So since then, so Mizoram University, you know that it is a very young university, though it is young, but progressing very well in terms of academic and research. And the university function with these 10 schools now, and these 39 functioning departments with different centers, and we have different centers like incubation centers as well. And yeah, there may be so many challenges in terms of education, even in terms of this administration as well. Because having a course in the institution like here in Mizoram University, especially the engineering architecture, is not that very easy. Because as our Honorable Vice Chancellor has mentioned that having this department architecture here in Mizoram University, this is a very great opportunity, not only for Mizoram, for this Northeast as well. But last night we had a very informal discussion with our president here. What he said is that the demand of architect, not only as a whole of, in the world, but here in the country itself is very, very huge. For that, though, I discussed with him personally the challenges that we face. Because we were given this permission with a capacity of 40 in the beginning. But getting a good teacher and filling up the vacancy, the sanctioned vacant, is not that very easy. So because of that, the capacity has been pulled down to 20 for some time, I should say. But with the initiatives of our Vice Chancellor, the Vice Chancellor, so we were given the capacity to 30 as of now. So my only submission in the presence of the President of Council of Architecture is, so we are not talking about the compromising the education, but at least if there could be a consideration in terms of the minimum standard, at least as I was told that at least 15 faculties should be there to open this B.Arch course. But as we just heard from the faculty that we could manage somehow, but getting a sanction post is not that easy. Even then, so we could manage somehow. So that is why, so we seek a kind of help from the Council of Architecture as well. Because as the Vice Chancellor has mentioned that we, the university, focus on this very department architecture. Why? Because the Mizoram University, we would like Mizoram University to be made known by others through this architecture department. Because we see that we have potentials, but we cannot do alone. So with the help of the Council of Architecture and the Mizoram Architect Forum as well. So if we have such a kind of, what to say, the convergence, hopefully that this Mizoram University will grow in terms of education, in terms of this research through this very department as well. So with that, so I congratulate the department for organizing this very beautiful conference. And I do hope and wish a very success of this conference. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. I now request Architect Lalrinzwala, President, Mizoram Architect Forum,
to give us a short speech and give us a scenario of architecture practices in Mizoram. Sir.
On behalf of the Mizoram Architects Forum, greetings to everyone, and especially the distinct personnel on the dais and the authorities of the MZU and all those who come here. Greetings once again. I won't take much of your time. I'll just take about 5 minutes. It is with great joy that we are now hosting the first international architectural conference ever in Mizoram. It's like how our Honorable Vice Chancellor has said, it's a golden day for us, a golden letter day for us. And it's also it's the first day, let's say it's the first time that the Council of Architecture President has visited Mizoram. And we thank you so much again, sir, for coming all the way here. We hope this will bring forth a new era as well. And we know that this will not be possible without the dedication of the Department of Architecture with their HOD, and as well as the support of the authorities of the MZU. Thank you so much again, sirs. So we also acknowledge the presence of the Director of the School of Planning and Architecture, Vijay Wada, again. We had a informal discussion last night. We hope that in future, the architecture scenario will be much changed by your presence here. And we're very happy that the authorities of the university are very open to architecture. We are so grateful to all of you. So this is a conference on Rethinking Built Environment, which we have kickstarted today. I think this underlines the fact that the current trend of our built environment is not sufficient enough all over the world. And if we take Aizawl city as a reference, it has the potential of becoming a very beautiful city with a lovely, wonderful climate, but the scenario is quite different. So we question today why we live in a community where we can hear our neighbors snoring, smell their dinner, or we can see them walking to their bedrooms, or touch their walls from our windows. Or we have to say at least a compulsory greeting every time we open our door, even if we don't like them. We live in such a scenario in Aizawl, and it's happening all over the world as well, especially in India as well. We also wonder why this is happening in Mizoram, because we claim that the green cover of Mizoram is 85%. We are lucky that we are having this program here in this beautiful campus, but this is not the reality of Aizawl. So rethinking built environment is a necessity, a must, and a priority. Now, Aizawl is also a city in which walking to any destination is a nightmare. No one can walk to any destination without people staring at you from the cars because you are too close to the cars. Why? Because there's no footpath. And even if there's a footpath, they are not wide enough to walk along with your friend side by side. You have to follow your friend. Or sometimes, even if you walk alone, you have to give way to the person coming towards you. We are in this scenario. But the climate, the weather, the landscape is such a beautiful thing that we could enjoy by walking. And the government is also taking steps towards non-motorized transport. It's doing its best. But still, cyclists are regarded as nuisance. One of our friends here, he's not here, but one architect colleague, he told me that when he was going for cycling to his office, a policeman stopped him and said, "We do not encourage cyclists to be there during working hours. So in the evening and in the morning, you can go for a cycling. Maybe for exercise, That's the scenario that's happening here in Aizawl. And we have beautiful vistas of rolling hills everywhere. We can see it right from here. And every locality is blessed with that vista. And every home, every window is blessed with such beautiful scenery. You can actually frame them. Maybe you can sell that frame online also. Who knows? But just like our honorable president of the council, he has to ask for someone to let them view that scenario from their window. That is what's happening here. We have beautiful views, but it's not for the public. It's for the private owners. That is the scenario that's happening here in Aizawl, again. And the weather is never harsh here. We don't have any extreme heat, nor extreme cold. And the breeze, as you can feel now, is never warm. It's always cool breeze. We never have warm breeze. And even if today, this campus is located in a very hotter region of Aizawl, even then you will not feel that it's hot if you open the windows. But all over Aizawl, people have installed air conditioning in their bedrooms because you cannot open your windows. It may be because of neighbors thing, it may be because of bad design, it may be because of certain smell coming from some location. So we have to install air conditioning. So the need of the hour is rethinking built environment. Aizawl was just taken as an example, but it makes one understand the kind of problems that we have, the kind of problems we have created. Not the ones which have been there, but the ones we have created. So that is an example of how a perfectly fine environment could be closed out. So it also highlights the need of such a kind of conference we have here today. And I hope this conference, with all the speakers and all the topics, reinforces our approach towards creating a better built environment. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. I would like to request Professor Srikonda ji to give us a speech on his experience in Mizoram from yesterday's.
There are a lot of people, very eminent personalities are sitting on the dais. First, let me say, distinguished Honorable our Vice Chancellor, Dibakar Chandraji, and Chief Guest of our today's international program, Professor Abhay Purohitji, and Registrar, and Dean, and other President for the Architects Firms of the Mizoram, and local architects, and as well as students. Everybody here, it's a warm welcome to everyone. It's my privilege to be here with you to this first international conference of this particularly specifically given that rethinking of built environment. It's an interesting topic which everybody has to focus. What exactly we thought and processed for the built environment so far, everybody says about it. It is not that extent fit enough to give the livable conditions and to work out the sustainable practices. That's the reason why we have to rethink, and then 4 themes, whatever has been given to this particular international conference. It's very interesting, which is really called for, where we can able to have very good discussions in the coming session. We can talk about the 4 themes. One is related to society, another one is the livability, third one is the resilience, and fourth one is you are talking about the climate change. All other items which are essentially required for the built environment, where there are different disciplines are involving, where we can able to focus very critically, and also we can discuss in detail in the coming sessions. Now, taking this inaugural session as a part of particularly being my presence here, I felt myself very honored. Thank you very much, one and all. I hope this conference is going to be great successful. Thank you once again to one and all.
Thank you so much, sir. We have, as a token of appreciation, we have prepared some mementos and handloom from Mizoram so that the dignitaries could take it back. So I request Dean, sir, to kindly give this to our Abhay Purohitji, President, Council of Architecture. Next, I would like Dean Sir to kindly give this token of appreciation to our Honorable VC Sir. Yes. Respected HOD Sir, to kindly give the token of appreciation to our Registrar Sir. We would also like to thank Krishna ma'am for being here. I will request the ushers, Miss Sylvia, could you please present our bouquet to Krishna ma'am, please? Thank you so much, ma'am, for taking the time out to visit our department and be at the conference inaugural function. I would now request FO sir to kindly, sir, we would like to give our token of appreciation to you. So, HOD sir, could you please? No, sir. Sir, this is our bribe to you. Thank you so much, sir. I would also like to remind to all the dignitaries and the participants that we have a gala dinner tomorrow. So it is again our request and invitation that everyone please be there. We have already shared the details and we would be sharing it again. I would now request Ms. Sylvia to give the vote of thanks and close the ceremony.
Esteemed guests on the dais, distinguished speakers, delegates, statutory officers, faculty members, participants, and students, a very good morning to you all. It is a great honor and privilege to propose a vote of thanks today. I, on behalf of the School of Fine Arts, Architecture, and Fashion Technology, first and foremost, would like to express our sincere thanks to our esteemed chief guest, Professor Abhay Purohitji, President Council of Architecture. We are thrilled that you can grace us for the first international conference organized by the department. Your presence here today, sir, has truly elevated the significance of this event. And your wisdom, the experience and vision towards sustainability, your vision towards the field of architectural education has truly enlightened us and inspired us and gave us new insights and new approach for the excellence, to strive for excellence to the profession. We wish you could have stayed a bit longer and explored the beauty of Mizoram, but nonetheless, we are truly grateful that you could spare time to be with us in spite of your busy schedule. We hope you visit again, sir. And I would also like to extend our sincere thanks to our Honorable Vice Chancellor, sir, Professor Divakar Chandra Deka, for the immense support and encouragement. We are deeply grateful for the time and effort that you have invested in attending this conference. And also for sharing your words of wisdom and your expertise to us. We are truly inspired by your vision towards contextual architectural design approach, and we would definitely look into the innovative suggestions that you have for the department, sir. And I would also like to thank our respected registrar, sir, Professor Langundanga, for being with us today. Your insights into the challenges and opportunities within the realm of architectural education as a profession has also enlightened us. I would also like to mention that it is a great opportunity to express our heartfelt thanks to our President of Mizoram Architects Forum, Architect Emeline Zodingliani, who is no stranger to the department. We are deeply honored to have you with us and to be inspired by you once again. And Mizoram Architects Forum as a whole for the collaboration and support that we have received, not just for this conference, but since the inception of the department. We thank the Mizoram Architects Forum. And further, we are immensely grateful for our distinguished keynote speakers, especially Professor Ramesh Srikonda sir, Director SPA Vijayawada, who has physically given the effort to come here in person. We look forward for your inspiring speeches in the coming session, sir. And other keynote speakers, Professor Pratush Shankar from Chandra University, Architect Rafiz Azam from Bangladesh, Professor Ayod Sharif from Japan, and all other session chairs who have accepted to be a part of this event. We are honored for the opportunity to learn from you and to learn from your expertise, and we look forward again to gain valuable insights and expand our knowledge in the various fields of built environment. And we would like to express our gratitude to our sponsors and our knowledge partners for their generous support for the success of this conference. And last but not the least, I extend our appreciation to the organizing committee, the different subcommittees like the DECO team, the technical team, reception and hospitality team, the refreshment team, and everyone else involved, especially the students who have worked tirelessly behind the scene to ensure the smooth execution of this conference. Your dedication and hard work has been instrumental in making this event a grand success. Thank you once again to everyone who has been a part of this memorable event, and I hope this conference will be enriching to all participants. Thank you again.
Thank you so much, Ms. Sylvia. We would like to, we have arranged for refreshments and tea on the first level. We request the ushers to kindly escort the dignitaries. Also the participants, everyone please. And 11:30 is when we have our keynote speaker. So please join back here at 11:30.